defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Pretty fortunate there, the interception that ended the last drive, and then boom, the first pass here almost picked on this drive.
Yeah, I think you could definitely call him to question his decision-making here in the first half.
Certainly not the best of decisions there. Lucky that one wasn't picked. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the
looking for Hearns, and it's intercepted. And a loose football.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On second down, Winston again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Let's go now.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Looking and finding Allen Hearns. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. On 4th down, they do snap it to Winston. And he's got it to Hearns. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Winston. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
To the air again with Winston. Over the middle, complete. That's Carter. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
It's caught right side. It's Hearns. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Working out of the gun, Winston. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. From the red zone now, Winston. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
Out, valet, walk out, all these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now, too up right now. I'm too, on one day on my third, I was too broke, now I'm too rich, made 100K on my third shift, I'm a boy, so, boy, and I'm a gangster, and you a, boy, man, we been getting money for a long time. We was out here hungry for a long time. I don't never really have no punchlines. And all you rappers looking like a lunch line. Right now, I got you. Right now. Nothing. Need a Uber right now. Right now. Need crew love right now. Cause we too up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Hop out, valet, walk out, all these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now, too up right now. Yeah, I'm too up, round blew up, copped that new rape on them haters, threw up, brother went to jail for them, told me you up, first time I seen 100 bands, yeah I grew up, ooh, on the couches with my shoe up. And we was getting that record label money before they knew us. And we were blowing your budget in the club to boof up. If your dog fall in your ball hog and get your whole crew up. Ooh, I'm with right now, I got you. Right now, nothing. Need a Uber right now. Right now, need crew love right now. Cause we too up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Hop out, valet, walk out, all these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now, too
Feeling like a boss right now. Feeling like a boss right now. And you just took a loss right now. Dripping in the sauce right now. Get a sprinkle up my style. I'm about to lock down.
Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall.
I feel like a boss right now. Talk to the man right now.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Feel like the man right now. Your girl on my line right now. Ooh, yeah, yeah.
Feel like
Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold.
They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Look at them, how to make it in America. Real day one, ain't a lot of us. Mom worked 2 jobs, it was hard for us. Me and sis made it out, now she proud of us. They ain't teach me how to rap in those private schools. Wasn't like my rich friends, had a lot to lose. Less money, less options, lot of rules. So when that first deal came, it was opportune. And shorty got potential, I scout that. She say she in love, but I doubt that. Maybe it's to the clout. I get love in the north, I get love in the south, yeah. Shawty claims she a feminist, and her feminine. Girl, you know that he average. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rap.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL season on EA Sports is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Good to see this man running again. Here's Chris Carson. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
This is Carson. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle. It's a little educational piece. I know a lot of people hear 3-4, 4-3, etc. Take us through the 4-3, Charles.
Okay, 4-3. 4 down defensive linemen, usually 2 defensive tackles, 2 defensive ends. Behind them, the 3 those are the linebackers. The middle linebacker, often known as the Mike, with 2 outside linebackers, the Sam and the Will. There's your 4-3.
Sam on it. Now the ball comes loose. The Broncos say they have it. They do. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They run it with Carson. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up. I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Let's go. Let's go work. Come on.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. Now,
remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a 2nd time. They run for it with Carson, going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now a 1st down throw. Keenum. Sanders has it over the middle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the 1st.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Now Keenum. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now McManus on to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Well, these Seahawks heading out here on offense. Let's talk about last year. One to forget, Charles, in the Pacific Northwest. 7-9, a seat on the couch in January for these players, and that broke a streak of 5 straight seasons of double-digit victories and a playoff berth.
And I think they lost their identity a little bit along the way. On offense, they've always been a run-first team, establish a line of scrimmage, and bludgeon people. They didn't have that at all. Their offense ran through Russell Wilson, and he was magical, led the league in touchdown passes, but they are at their best when they're able to run the ball first and take control. On defense, age caught up with them. The Legion of Boom, no longer the same, and many of those guys will not be with the team in 2018. They will be starting over but they have a smile on their face. I think this is a challenge that their head coach Pete Carroll relishes, and they look forward to being the underdog in the NFC West.
And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. It's a big play there for Seattle. 52 yards.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. This is first and goal from about the 8. Now it's Carson. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him 3 on the gain there. Second and goal.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. They come out here in the eye. On 3rd down, it's Carson, and they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
That was a big-time stop on 3rd down. Offensively, you'd love to tie the game up here, but 3 points might not be a disappointment.
And Janikowski bangs it through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
These Broncos coming off 2 years of not making the playoffs after winning Super Bowl 50. And last year in Vance Joseph's first season, they went 5-11, had an 8-game losing streak. Now, look, the defense remained elite. But the quarterback carousel, the general lack of offensive production really led to a disappointing 2017.
And in order for them to reverse that, they've got to continue to play to their strength, which is their defense. And they did that by drafting Bradley Chubb at number 5 overall, the defensive end out of North Carolina State. Gives them extra pass rushers. But on offense, they made a peace offering to their defense by signing Case Keenum at quarterback. That should calm down that position and open up possibilities on the offensive side of the ball.
On 3rd down, that's Lindsey. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Give them a lot of credit. They ended up running the ball on a key 3rd down situation. They were staring 3 and out in the face and found a way to flip the script and keep the ball moving on offense.
On 1st down, Keenum. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Keenum. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Back alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, orange, orange! Orange, orange! 22! 22!
On 1st and 10, here's Keenum. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now they'll run it on the toss, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Keenum to throw on 2nd down. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm.
It's the first touchdown pass as a Bronco for Case Keenum. And the Broncos push further out in front.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball, and when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'll be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a Drastic shift forward. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Carson. He will push his way down to about the 14. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the...
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Von Miller in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. The number 2 pick back in 2011, Von Miller still doing his thing.
Boy, is he ever. If I were an offensive tackle, I don't know what I would do. I would tell the tight end he's got to stay in on all passing situations and help me out because he's got every move imaginable. One of the quickest guys off the ball in the league, and he's going to get to the quarterback.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
Well, that's a down and distance coach is always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. On 2nd down, here's Keenum. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Nazir Jones able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
53. Very left.
3rd and long. It's Keenum being chased out left. Left side here to Sanders. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. Now they'll run it on the toss. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. And Justin Coleman brings him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Lindsey. A little juke. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now Keenum. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye. The first NFL carry here for the rookie Royce Freeman. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Keenum now on 3rd and goal. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And McManus able to put it through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive, go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. So we've reached half. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, the fact you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Keenum now on 2nd down. Now he'll escape to his left. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Hey, go, Roger. All right, 53.
Throwing on 3rd down, Keenum. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They will go for it. It's Keenum. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Frank Clark in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Boy, sitting on a 2-score lead at this stage in the game. That punter, he must be pretty lonely over there on the sideline thinking, why in the world was my number not called there?
As far as he's concerned, the check will still cash, right? It is your choice not to use me in this situation. But I also look at it this way. You know, some coaches are more aggressive than others. They just want to take care of the football, have the ball up.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Shane Ray. The 40. He's at the 30. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, 1st down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. McManus's point after is good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now McManus on to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Tempo, tempo.
They run again with Carson across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again. They're going to try and throw. He's going to air this out for Baldwin. He's got a man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going.
We've seen this offense go for it on 4th down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
We certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. Now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And oh, it's no good on the PAT. So they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now McManus on to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone and throw into the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now a toss play. It's Carson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
But it was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
And Janikowski bangs it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. To throw on 2nd down is Keenum. On the crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Demaryius Thomas, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos continue to pour it on. Extra point from McManus is good, and that will extend this big lead. Now McManus on to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He's going deep and that's caught inside the 35. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's got some space here. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to roam now. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload that you and I both know. Well-conditioned, and he did tell us.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Michael Kendricks coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Very left, very left.
Now Keenum throwing on 2nd. And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time. Keenum looking very much at ease at the helm of this Denver offense. They've got it 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got room. Got some real estate inside. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have recovered. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
He's going to air this out for Baldwin. And that's caught inside the 35. And the ball is knocked out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Following the fumble recovery, Keenum buying time to his left. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Keenum on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete. A little too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to work. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. Keenum now to throw. And he's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at their own 45.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He's going to air this out. That's caught inside the 20. And at the end of it, he stripped. Ball comes loose. The Broncos say they have it. They do. And I don't know that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Keenum now on first down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Nazir Jones in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Hey, we're good, we're good. Hey, 50.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. The Broncos on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Here goes the hot. Round 20. 22. 22.
Working from the gun, Keenum. Forced out to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
The Broncos send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Wilson, he's going to let it fly. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Keenum wants to throw it. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, it's Keenum. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
On second down, here's Keenum. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. From the gun on third down, Keenum. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
To throw is Keenum. Steps away to his left. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this one incomplete. And all that remains is 13 seconds. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Throwing now, Keenum. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Keenum will try again on second down. Being chased out left. That the first NFL touchdown of the career of Royce Freeman as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one.